The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Don Rodrigue, better known in Louisiana as Coach Rod. I co-owner with Pete Jenkins for the Louisiana Lion Camp since 2018.
Gotcha. Coach, good to see you today. I know you ran all over today. You were in Plaquemine when I called you, or headed to Plaquemine. And we'll get into the camp stuff pretty soon, but for all those that don't know you outside of the high school football world, just people in general, Coach Don is known through the college football high school world as Coach Rod. And
Yes.
He retired not too long ago. It seems like not long at all, because you had games still. You go to high school games when you can. I see it a lot at the games. Coached over 50 years. St. James is when I met you at St. James High.
Yes.
And you played at McNeese State.
Yes.
Back in
Graduated from Thibodeau High
when the
in
uniforms and
1967.
helmets were different way back in the day.
Oh yeah. I played with a suspension helmet.
And for those that don't know, your brothers tell everybody who your brother and the family.
Ruffin Rodrigue,
Rodrigue.
my brother, and Ruffin Rodrigue Jr., who owned Rufino's.
And
my nephew.
you had a brother play at Brigham Young University.
My oldest brother, Perry, played at BYU.
Football brother family. And
5 boys, all of us played college football.
so if you didn't know that, we want to reiterate that. So we're at Police today in Thibodaux. And Coach showed up before I'm speaking to the Thibodaux Tigers. I want to mention that. I want to thank Reggie for allowing me. This is my 27th year, which is not many years compared to your time in it, but this is my 27th year to come to Police and talk to the club. And I want to thank Coach for showing up, coming back home to Chack Bay.
Yeah.
If you're not from this area, it's not far from here. But Coach, let's talk about the camp, the lineman camp. You've been a part of it for many years.
1987.
That's 2 years before I graduated high school. I got out in 89. For all those youngsters that are watching that don't know anything about it, and all the mom and dads, because we email now 30,000 mom and dads every year. Tell everybody, and we'll say it at the end again, how they can reach you, an email, and we'll start talking about it after, but how they can reach you to register for the camp this summer.
LouisianaLionCamp.com, and you can go to the application form and you can fill it out. And it's the camp is going to be June 14th through the 17th. We have 8 practices, and just a quick daily update on how we do it. We get the students up at 7 o'clock in the morning to eat breakfast. We on the field at 9, off at 11. They shower, they eat, they're back on the field at 1:45 to 3:30. They shower, they eat, they're back on the field from 6 to 8. They shower, they go into a skull session, as the old guys would say it, film session. It was from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And in that session, we have 60 coaches. 11 of them are NFL coaches, defensive line coaches mostly. Kevin Mawai, and on the offensive side, the NFL 2019 the Gold Jacket, and we go, and it's film. And
Leesville Wampus Cats.
Yes, it's from Leesville,
LSU.
and the Jets. But he has bought in since 2014 because he sees how valuable the teaching method of what we're doing at the camp. We're making the game of football better with the line camp in the offense and defensive line.
Yeah, and then he played for the Tennessee Titans, and he coached a little high school ball in Tennessee.
He coached at Linscomb High School for for a year.
Arizona State.
And Arizona State. He was with who was the old Jet coach? I can't think of his name.
Edwards, Herb Edwards.
Herb Edwards, coach with him.
And actually, Jaden Daniels was there when he was there.
Okay. Yes, I think he was.
Yeah, and then before he went to LSU.
Yeah.
But I noticed Lee Roussel helps, the head coach of Riverside.
Lee is the assistant offensive coordinator. Mark Sange is from the New Orleans area. He's been working the camp as a young assistant. Was the head coach of Jesuit. They won a state championship, and he's the offensive coordinator. Of course, Pete Jenkins is the defensive coordinator, and he's been that on and off because there were times when he was coaching at LSU, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Philadelphia Eagles that he couldn't be part of it. We all the time had Brad Villavasa who played for me at
Nichols. Training pro prospects.
He's always training pro prospects.
He's the D-line guru.
Oh yes, he definitely is. Like last spring, during spring training, in 9 weeks he went to 7 SEC schools, and it was like going with his coaches and telling them different things about. He was an analyst.
Yeah.
In these coaches. Well, Nick Saban says my secret weapon is Pete Jenkins.
And you know what I hope, Coach? I hope Kevin Mawai gets a chance to be the O-line coach at LSU.
Well,
at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how could he not sign O-lineman, Hall of Famer, wears like you said, the yellow jacket?
Oh yeah.
One of the best ever as a center.
Just being around him, I watched him. This was about 2 years ago. I walked up and he took this young kid that was struggling with pass protection. He was a freshman. Of course, he was 6'2", about 250. And he talked to him like he was spoon feeding him.
To use his hands and
just going through I wish I had a video of that. That would have been but the young man had no clue who was talking to him, and what he was telling him was gonna enhances his playing performance in high school.
And I won't let people know your jacket's not Nebraska, it's Nichols State.
No, it's Nichols State. And look, it's 40 degrees in Louisiana today.
I think your brother's coming behind me right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ruffin Sr. Yeah. And there he is, man. Good to see him. But Coach Rod, the date again, tell the date again for the camp.
June 14th through the 17th. We show up for registration on a Saturday morning, about 9-ish. We go into all the campers at 2 o'clock with all the coaches, and then at 6 o'clock we on the field till 8 o'clock on that Saturday night, and then we roll the camp. We have 8 practices.
Well, I just want to endorse it and say, look, there's no other camp in the country that I know of that teaches linemen how to play the game.
Well,
it's not just a camp where you just run through and get a little trouble. I mean, this is learning, right? This is learning every day, Coach.
It's a technique camp.
Yeah.
There is no time where one individual is going head to head with another individual.
Yeah.
If he's running into a bag with a camper is holding or a sled, he's stepping over it. It's physical.
Yeah.
But it's not a one-on-one trying to demean or getting better. We're getting better. I mean, the mission statement of the camp is to take the skills and drills and take it back to your high school to make you, as a high school football player, better for your program.
And why would you not want to learn from Hall of Famers?
Yes. I mean,
how to use your feet, your hands, your bend, right? All the things that you. And I mean, why not?
There's 3 bends in a football player.
Right, and then Pete Jenkins was with a Super Bowl team, the Eagles, on top of his whole college career.
Yes.
So you got a Super Bowl champion coach, you got a Hall of Fame NFL guy, Mawai, you got Nichols State's head coach, who's going to be out there helping, who's a defensive guy.
And Nichols coaches.
And a head coach now, and who's from Alabama.
Tommy
Rybacker from Huntsville, Alabama.
That's right.
But he's been at Nichols for 10 years. But y'all got all the big names. And like I said, you got some of the best high school coaches that know the profession as well.
And what people don't understand, the facilities at Nichols, the dorm, the cafeteria.
I was there today.
It's all in walking distance.
Yeah.
And now that they have the new athletic department with the coach's office, training locker room,
It's nice.
and the indoor facility that's a 100-yard football field
Yeah.
that's totally covered, and it's a hell of a.
Coach, I was impressed today. I was out there watching workouts and talked to Coach Tommy, and I saw Guggenheim, who's now the running backs coach. Love him. I think he's going to be the LSU coach one day. But he's a heck of a young man, being a 24-year-old.
Yes.
Running back and ran all over LSU.
He had 146
Yeah,
yards.
had a 65-yard run that me and him were talking about earlier. And then I interviewed Hayden Shaheen, the stud linebacker
Yes.
from Catholic of Baton Rouge, a fifth-year starter. 5 years.
Yes.
And but Coach, look, say the date one more time and give them a website email to go to also.
June 14th through the 17th, and the website is LouisianaLineCamp.com.
And tell everybody what you're doing now. I mean, you no longer used to be at Red Stick Sports for a little bit, for a few years after
I'm
coaching.
retired. I do the line camp now. I do all my duties for my wife when she wants me to take care
Now you got
take
extra-
care of the stuff.
You got extra
And
housework.
I also have another camp at Nichols called the Pro Football Combine Camp, which we have 400 campers.
So you full-time camping it now.
Yes,
You just
yes.
full-time. Well, Coach, thank you for meeting me at Police. And I want to mention about Police because I promised the owner
Yes.
that they've been open since 1966 in the old location and been here since 87, they told me. And I mean, almost 40 years.
Yes, I went to school with one of the Polices at
And
Thibodeau High.
if
I
you-
graduated in 1967.
And I want to give them an endorsement. I've eaten here 27 times for the club, and it's the best seafood that I've ever eaten in my
Hamburger
life.
steak, the filet of fish.
But they told me, the owner said, go to Facebook and punch in Police, and they'll answer everything on. They said
yeah.
they put all their stuff on Facebook.
Oh, it's wonderful seafood.
Appreciate it, Coach. Coach Rod, thank you.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.